everybody, welcome back to the Huffman house. It is the end of June, the very last day of June. We thought we'd kind of go around and give you a tour of what's going on here down in the garden.
Yeah, so as you can tell, our corn didn't fare well with the windstorm we had.
No.
Dumped it twice, about 3 weeks ago or so. Just when they started tasseling, we caught a windstorm, knocked down almost the entire corn bed. And then, what, 4 days ago?
Yes.
4 days ago, another one come down.
Yeah, they came, the ones that happened the first time started coming back up. We lost two that actually broke.
Yeah.
During that one.
Yeah.
And they started coming back, you know, growing back up, and then we got slammed again. And this time we lost.
It is what it is, folks. It's just a crapshoot. Do your best and pray it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. It's no problem.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So let's swing you around and show you how the other part of the garden's faring right now.
Yep.
So you can see by the potatoes, it is time to harvest some spuds. So that's what we got on a little 4x4 bed of potatoes. Yep. We got Yukon Gold, russet potatoes, red Norland, and then the blue Adirondacks.
And we are going to plant another harvest of them because last year we had some volunteer ones come up and they grew really good. So this is just the first of 2 batches this year. So it's so it's also cabbage picking time. We're gonna go ahead and get everything out that's got a head on it and get it put up so that we don't lose it. The bug pressure's starting to come in pretty dang good now. Wow, so that's a lot of cabbage.
That's a lot of cabbage.
So we're just gonna drive Susie over to where all the animals are and we'll clean off the outer leaves and then we'll bring in the heads of cabbage and I'll give you a total once we get that done. On to the next thing.
So we got the heads stripped down and the pigs are in hog heaven. Folks, it's another reason if you are growing a garden, get yourself some livestock that you can rear up and feed them as healthy as you can so that you can eat as healthy as you can. And you don't have to raise pigs to get the same benefit. Feed your chickens, eat the eggs, more nutritious, doubly good. So our indeterminate tomato beds, they're still hanging in there. We are noticing a little disease on the bottom, but we're just now getting into the blushing of the different fruits. But man, they're just loaded down inside there. The polkas coming along nicely. Still haven't quite started turning. I believe a purple Cherokee just blushing up nicely in there, but again loaded down with some pretty good sized fruit. Of course, that's a cat-faced one. So one down there, I think that's a Dr. Witchy's. That could be an orange chef. They've reached the top of our trellis, so we're gonna let them continue on. So the beans are still climbing up the trellis. We've been harvesting these and the ones in the bed for a while now. We actually have, I think Lisa put up about 18 pints worth so far. These are the Kentucky Wonder beans. they do, I guess we missed one or two. They do get really, really big. Those are probably good at the chickens or the ducks. This is more about the size we like to harvest at. They're doing fine. You saw us harvest the potatoes. We've got our, what are those? Purple whole pink eye peas in the ground, and they're coming up right now. So they'll grow throughout the summer. We should get a decent harvest on that. The carrot bed, oh my Lord. I think I packed them in there a little tight. Let's see if we can pull one or two. Let's see what we got. Yeah, still pretty small. Oh, they're in the ground good. Broke the top off of that one. Another little one. Yeah. Anywho, sorry about that. Yeah, they're still growing up, and we'll be harvesting those probably in about 2 weeks for canning. The indeterminate bed, man, they exploded. They're all the way at the top of the trellis right now. The ones up front here are the Tachi. You can just see they're just, I mean, everywhere you look, there is fruit everywhere. Then that is crazy. And then the ones in the back are the red snappers. And again, they're coming along nicely. See if I can move some limbs. Y'all see that? They're just clustered up, just all over the place, all the way up to the top. They're making tomatoes. So, still nothing turning. Still got a while to go on that. We got kind of overrun with the squash. You can see the variegated. These right here, those are from the butternut. Everything else is the spaghetti squash. And we planted 2 of each. And the spaghetti squash says, yeah, we're taking over this joint. We've got some butternuts in there, so don't think that they didn't grow. But I mean, everywhere you look going up, even over here on the butternut trellis is spaghetti squash. They're just everywhere. It's made it all the way out to the front. There's another butternut hiding in the back there. Yeah. So, needless to say, we should have a plethora of spaghetti squash this year. Probably more than we'll ever eat. Y'all saw us plant the sweet potatoes. They're growing, they're vining nicely. I just keep wrapping them up, tucking the vines up as they hang out. They're doing good. God, that dang pigweed is everywhere. You can't get rid of it. This is crazy. The rutabaga's about done. There's still a few. We're gonna harvest up mashed rutabagas, folks. Cook them up like you do potatoes, dice them, boil them, drain them, throw in a little bit of butter, a little bit of cream, mash them up real good. That is good. Cucumbers. Yeah, the cucumbers are almost up to the top of the trellis. They're looking a little ragged, but we've been getting quite a few cucumbers off of it. So on the left side, as you're viewing it right now, those are our slicers, and then on the right side here are our picklers. We harvested most of them. Oh, there's a bee doing its work. And then back behind it, these are those little dragon tongue half runner. I guess they're wax beans. They're more like a wax beans. We'll see how they do. Our pepper bed is looking pretty good. Not that many fruit though. On the back here, this is our Advarsky. We've got a huge one here, just starting to turn. You can see the size of that thing. That thing is bigger than my hand, but it's just starting to turn. And it's got a few more up top there. Our poblanos. We have a couple poblanos right here. They're doing good. And these are those lemon dreams. Haven't seen any of those turn yet, but it's got tons of them on it. So still waiting on those, but they're doing fine. The cold crop bed is look a little sparse. We harvested a bunch. The cabbage, still letting some grow out. Before the heat gets to them, we won't tell. We've been letting these grow out to feed to the chickens and the piggies. Greens for them, definitely good. Over here, we had a mustard go to bolt. And I don't know if I want to let it just continue to go to seed to feed the bees, or if we're just going to wind up pulling that and giving it to the girls. All our collards and our kale still doing excellent. Need to get out here and harvest some leaves. I believe Lisa said that we are good on collards for a while, but that's not going to stop us from cooking up a fresh pot. Our row of string beans, bush beans, the Japanese beetles are just going to town on a few of these. So I don't know. I don't want to throw 7 dust out here, but if I have to, I have to. Okra is finally putting on a few pods. Eggplant is finally starting to throw a few blooms out. And the ground cherries, holy cow. There's just ground cherries all over the place. Yeah, Lisa likes them. I don't like them. I don't know, the taste is, I don't know, something off. Just doesn't agree with me. Our squashes, we've lost a few to disease or to pests. I tried to spray them down, but with all the rain that we've been getting, it was a losing battle. There's a few plants still looking exceptionally well, but I'm probably just gonna pull those out and go throw them in the woods somewhere. You can tell with the storms we've been having, the giant marigolds, they just all got blown over. But man, did they look pretty in here for a while. So almost all the plants got blown over. Yeah. What can you do, you know? Mother Nature has a plan. The pumpkin, gourds, and watermelon, I swear it looks like it needs some fertilizer. Man, I threw some fertilizer at it and it really didn't do nothing. So I didn't want to over fertilize, but I mean, they're running, they're putting on gourds. You got all these little little pumpkins, little different shaped gourds. There's another one. Lisa likes these for fall decorations. Just some pretty neat little gourds and stuff. And next couple row is our pumpkins. We've got a couple massive pumpkins over here. I do see some squash beetles hanging back there. And again, you know, I sprayed, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, but all that rain just come in. And our watermelon is, well, it's looking kind of pitiful. We've got a lot of vine in. We have a few little ones starting in there, but they just seem severely stunted. I don't know. Yeah. And these are our new butternut squashes that we're trying this year. They're supposed to make absolutely huge butternuts, but we'll kind of see there. They're loaded. There is lots and lots of fruit, and for some reason the squash bugs, the squash beetles and all, they don't really seem to be messing with these, or at least I haven't noticed any. So maybe it's possible that this is more of a resistant variety, but I've been tucking the vines in, trying to keep them away from the watermelon, and then my tomatoes and peppers over here. So these are Survivor tomatoes that we laid in here just for, we had them extra. We had one row with nothing on them, and they're loading up. So they're just starting to blush, so we'll be picking a few of those here most shortly. And these are just some more Anaheim peppers and the heatless habanero peppers. They're just kind of growing and growing and growing over here. Look at the size of that Anaheim. Holy cow. Yep. So anyways, that's the way the garden's going this year. Got some good, got some bad. We just keep growing it, and what we don't eat helps feed the piggies, helps feeds the garden girls. This is one of the fig trees that we started this year from the cuttings. Well, I guess we started it last year whenever we took the cuttings. And it's transplanted and it started taking off. Our grapes are climbing up the strings nicely. They're about 6 foot tall right now, coming up. I left a couple on this one because I wasn't sure that these two were gonna make it. But again, they're seem to be doing fine. This one over here has got a few clusters of grapes on it. Can you believe that, as small as it is? I know I should probably cut those off because ain't no way it's going to produce at such a young age, but you just got to let nature do what nature does. Then over here, this one's not looking quite as good, hasn't really taken off. There's only one good strong one, and it's just I don't know, it's just not making it as well as the other ones are. Blueberries, y'all knew we did a heavy trimming last year on them, and they're, you know, they don't have all the branches that were on it, so they're sagging really heavily, but they are loaded with blueberry. And of course I've been eating a few of them. Sometimes you get a tart one, and other times you get a really sweet one. That one's coming and that one's coming. One in the center, of course, isn't getting that much sun. So you can see it's just got a few that are turning, but most of them are still not ripe. And then the ones on the outside here, they get the majority of the sun. And they've got quite a few berries on them. The birds have been eating them. We've been eating them. Dogs have been eating them. Still have a lot of trimming to do. Oh, I want to show you the new growth. You can see it better on the other ones. Hold on one second. So we took about a third of all the trees down. And look at these. Look at all that. That's 3 canes right there, 4 canes, 5 canes, plus over here, even more. It's crazy the new growth it's put on. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 older branches on this one tree that need to come off. So we'll probably get half of those this year, and then the rest of them next year. And we'll be looking at a lot of new canes that are 3 years old, and we'll start trimming up on those and hopefully get these down to a manageable size. Again, you know, I'm this tall right here. All right, you can see, I mean, they're just way too tall. You can't harvest from the tops over there. Look at that one sticking way up there. There's no way we can get any type of harvesting up there. But they're coming along. Again, they're drooping heavily because they lost all their side supports. Is what it is. We'll get them back into operation, get them back producing like they should be producing. Lisa and I would like to thank you for spending a little bit of your day here at the Huffman House, and wish you all the best of luck in growing your own food. Till next time.